How many of you love instant gratification? And how many of you believe that knowledge is power? Welcome to Easihairpro's full volume technique class. I am Shelly Boss-Barbaree. If I could give you the power to change lives and give your guests instant gratification, would you be interested? I'd just like to take this time and thank Easihairpro for allowing us the opportunity to have this program and supplying us with such great hair and products to be able to change the lives of the clients that sit in our chairs. And I would like to take a moment to thank the salon for having me and giving us this opportunity to be together. But most of all, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for taking this small time out of your life to invest in your craft behind the chair. You could be doing so many other things today, but you have made the choice to change your life. There was a stylist. This was January. She was doing everything right. She was at the top of her game. She was making big bucks. She was making all of her guests happy, and life was really good. And then March, something drastically changed. She got a call from a client. The client said, "I have stage 2 breast cancer. I'm going to have a double mastectomy followed by chemo. I need to cancel my appointment." The stylist said, "Okay, this is going to be okay, and I'm going to pray for you. I'll talk to you soon." A few weeks later, the client calls back. "I've had the double mastectomy. I'm about to start chemo treatment." The stylist says, "You know what? I'm coming to your house. I'm coming. We're going to have a day of play. We're going to cut your hair. We're going to color your hair. Because you know what? Cancer doesn't get to decide when your hair comes off. You do." So the stylist went. She cut and colored the client's hair. They had a great day. And she went home. 2 weeks later, client calls back. My hair's falling out. I hate it. I hate the way I look. I hate my hats. I hate my wraps. I feel like I'm hiding something." That stylist, that's me. And that client, that's my sister. It was that day that something really changed. My eyes were open and my heart was open as well. And what I realized is all these voices that have been there from forever from my guests. I wish my hair had more volume. I wish it held the pops of color that I love. I wish it was longer. I never heard these before. And that's when I realized I'm really not meeting all of the needs of my guests. And at that point, I incorporated Easihairpro, and we became partners to give my guests instant gratification. My haircut prices are $55, but my total ticket average is $320. And now I am truly meeting the needs of my guests. I promise you today that when you leave here, you will have the knowledge and the power to change lives and give your guests instant gratification with full volume or lengths of hair or pops of color. Are you ready to get started? Awesome! Me too. So I'd like you to meet our guest today. Her name is Erica. Erica, say hi to everybody. Hi! So as you can tell by looking at Erica, especially if you see the lengths of her hair, she has fine flat hair. Would you not agree? Well, we're going to change that for Miss Erica today by doing a full volume technique, and we're also going to give her pops of color at the same time some little bits of like a strawberry blonde, if you will. So the first thing that's going to happen with Erica is we're going to bring her back here so you can see a little bit better. And all of Easihairpro's techniques start with a stairway to heaven. So that's going to be 3 different sandwiches on each side, and then we will connect that to move forward into the full volume. So these are the colors that Erica has picked out. This is a 7 copper gold, as you can tell. All right, see? And this is the 12-inch. Now what you're looking at right now is our placement board. Consider this a blueprint of where you're going to put the hair. So you're never going to get lost. And if you look very closely, you're going to see the lines that let you know where the stairway to heaven is. And then we're going to connect the dots for the full volume. Now we may not use all of this hair because it is personalized for each guest. And her head may not be big enough, or it just may be too much for her as well. Or we may use it all. So it's laid out right here. We call it the color ginger tea that we're using. The tools that you're going to need is one of these alligator clips. All right, because this has a good grip and can hold a lot of hair at one time. And then we're just going to need some nice dot bell clips, and this is going to give us tension and keep the hair out of our way. Okay, so we have this ready, and for our first parting, what we're going to look at is taking out the hairline. This is the weakest hair, this is the vellus hair. So the way that we look at that is to take 2 inches from the hairline, or 2 fingers back, if you will. So, looking at her hairline. Now mind you, this is going to be different on everyone because everyone's hairline is different, yes? So if we were to take the 2 fingers back and bring it around, down to about our, where our thumb starts, and then cross it over. All right, that's going to give us a foundation for the parting, and then of course we can step in and clean it up and make it better. So let me just put this where you can see it a little bit cleaner. Getting this out of the way. Come here, Erica. Okay, so take this. Here's her hairline. Yes? Everybody see the hairline? Okay, now 2 fingers back. You can see that's where we started our section. When I talked about getting to the thumb, it's really my thumb. So that, if you make that learner sign, that's going to let you know exactly where you're going to want to take the part across. Now, could that change based on her hair shape? Head shape? Absolutely, and her hairline. But we're looking, as you can see, there's the top of her ear, and that is 2 fingers up. So that's just a good starting point for you. Yes? Something that's really important for longevity and comfort for the guest is to make sure that all partings are clean and that we never want a section that's bigger than this. 2 fingers, peace sign. And the reason why is if we get outside of the peace sign, we're going to create tension and over direction, and that also is going to cause discomfort and make it very difficult to have the longevity that we're looking for. Okay, so when we start our stairway to heaven, we're taking the top of the ear as a section, and we're going to step right behind it for our first placement. All right, it's going to be a sandwich. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to our stairway. Now these have all been prepped by hitting them with a flat iron for about half a minute. All right, so they're ready to go now, and as you can see, they have their tape. We're just going to peel the tape off. Ta-da! Now, if you can't see on this side, that's okay. I'm going to do it for my friends on the other side in just a second, or you're welcome to move around and look at it from both directions, no worries. Okay, so what we're going to do, because we didn't, is we're going to take that section. We're going to make sure that it's very, very, very clean. We're going to use our alligator clip to get it out of the way. And then we're just going to use a small sectioning clip. Just going to put all this in the floor. Okay. And now we are ready to rock and roll. Yes? So we've got we're going to pull it down the length of the extension. Now when we say that, we're talking about this little section right here. We're going to place it where we want, not putting it down on the head, but then we're going to slide it down the length of that extension and place it. Why would we do that? We're doing that for less tension on the hair, room for movement, shampooing, comfort basically, okay? So we've got it in, we haven't really pushed it down. You can see we have it down. We brought it, there's your extension, we brought it that far down on the head form. Yep. Okay. And then we will just section right underneath it and pick up our hair. And we're already beginning to look for any hairs that have over direction, our bubbling effects. Okay, so we're going to lift it up, flip it down. Now, here we go. Working in zone 2. Now this is fun. To be able to place this easy and keep the hair out of our way, we're coming on top, over the head, and we're going to line it up with our extension and place it down. When we unclip the extension, we are looking for nice movement. No over direction. Once we feel like that is secure, we'll begin to secure the extension. If anything doesn't look right to you, we still have a little bit of movement. Good, coming across, putting tension on the opposite side of the head. Some hot tips for this area would be that your comb should be able to fit into the parting, into the section that you left open. So what's that look like? Here's our first placement. As you can see, we can get good movement out of it. And we are beginning to add her beautiful ginger tea into her hair. Now the stairway can be used, of course, by itself. It's like a partial volume. And by using it, we can fill in all of the gaps around the face from either bad haircuts or just vellus hairs. We can fill in those links and ends down at the bottom. And so we're going to take another section. And this time we're going to use our benchmark. We're looking to brick layer from the last one. So starting in the middle of the last placement, moving forward towards the face, that's where our next section is going to be. Okay. Just want to make sure we get a really clean section using our clip to make sure that we have good tension. And we can see through the hair basically as to where the next placement's going to be. Goodness me, I have the dropsies today. Alright, here we go. Here's our two pieces of hair for this section. We're taking the sticky off. We don't want to put our fingers on the adhesive. We don't want the natural oils of our skin to get on them. Now, here we go. What are we talking about? We're going to bring it halfway down. No, the size of the page and extension, that's how far we're coming down, and placing where our hair is going to go. When we lift that up, we are looking for over direction, making sure that we don't have any hair that will be compromising the extension. Got a good wave going on then, no buckling. Alright, so now we're going to pull that section out. Turn it upside down. Who knows what goes next? That's correct. We're going to place the other part of the section, the sandwich, coming from on the top, looking, something's bothering me right here. Okay, that sandwich is not moving in every directed here. Over the section, looking for where the extension begins, following it across. Nice. Bringing it back down. Do we see any bubbling? Can we get our comb in between? Absolutely. Now we push down, secure it again from the opposite side. Trying to remember to keep our guests comfortable. Moving along, 2 fingers up. Next section again. Starting in the middle of the last section. Once you've been doing this a while, you're gonna be able to put the stairway technique in 15 to 20 minutes. So it's a great add-on service. All right, we're ready for our next section. We want to make sure that our parting is very, very clean. We're seeing a little bit of hair. Working with our ducktail clip to make sure that it's sectioned in very nicely. Now, turning the head so you can see as well. All right. Remember, the length of the extension. That's how far we're going to bring it down and put it in. Okay. Lifting up. This is really cool for those guests. A lot of times when guests have fine hair, it's not really even strong enough to handle dimensional color. And this is a great way to be able to give them volume, but also be able to give them that dimensional color at the same time. So we clip the hair up out of our way. We all know what happens next. We come in on top of the head. Okay. Remember, hot tip, do not touch the adhesive because we have oils in our fingers. Talking about oils, Easihairpro offers a great shampoo for our guests. We don't want to use anything that's very moisturizing on the scalp that could break down the adhesive. Okay, looking for the end of that section and then taking it straight across. Bringing it down. great learning tip. I feel like this one, in my opinion, because on the end, is that over direction? It's over direction. Something is sticking to my comb. So what's great about that is it's something that we can fix right now because we really haven't anchored that sandwich into place. So we're looking for a couple of things. We want to make sure that the comb goes through the section. Yes, we see that's happening. We want to make sure that when we lift it up, we're not seeing any hair being pulled from either direction in an over direction way, because this will give them headaches, it will compromise the hair, it could cause breaking, and it will compromise the longevity of the extension. All right, so I'm very comfortable with that now, so you're seeing that I'm anchoring it. One of the last things you want to do with this is just make sure that at the end we have some tension or pressure on the opposite side of their head as we begin to truly press down on the extension. So when we take this down, now you're seeing a pretty girl here, Miss Erica, is already starting to have more volume, and see there, look already popping just a little bit, yes. And we're giving her some dimension as well, without having to compromise the integrity of her hair even more. All right, so for my friends on the other side, let's get started. I've already sectioned this side. Let's just recap on what the sectioning is. All right, so remember, all head forms are different. So we're just gonna look at the front of her head shape and where her hairline is. We're looking to go 2 fingers back. The reason why is this hair is the most vellus, I'm not sure what word that is. Okay, so it's the most vellus spot, which means that it's the weakest hair. All right, so we're just getting that out of the way. Also, this gives us a nice lived-in effect of our hair, and we don't have to worry about any extensions being too close to the head shape and possibly being able to be seen. Yeah, not pretty. Okay, so we went 2 fingers back. We talked about our L that we're going to make. That kind of gives us a guide, if you will, as to where we're taking our sectioning. We're looking for a clean section. Each guest will be different. That's where your specialty comes in. Okay. Now you can see we are moving to the other side. I'm going to take this here. The tools that Easihairpro gives you, it just makes your life so much simple. It's very time efficient, and it keeps you from running out of hair or forgetting where you are in the roadmap of creating this full volume technique. So we're going back to our placement board, and we're looking for our stair steps on the opposite side. All of this here has been prepped by touching it with an iron for 1.5 minutes. So we're moving to the next section. We've got the 2 pieces that we'll be utilizing. We're looking for the ear, and we're stepping right behind the ear, 2 inches above. That hairline has to follow through all the way around, including into the nape area. Okay, we're using our other clip to just make sure that our tension is really good. You can see how fine her hair is. It's not even in every spot on her head. Okay. We'll be taking our tape off. Remembering not to touch the tape. Hot tip, always remember to come down the section of the extension at the top. Remember, only 2 fingers wide on your sectioning as well. Sliding it down, using our fingers from underneath. Perfect. placing it in. There's no tension on it right now. We just want to lift it up, make sure that we do not have any hair bubbling. Oh wow, so what happened there, it just came right out, is that in that particular section, our guest did not have any hair on the right hand side of the section to even be able to hold this one little piece. So as I said, we have to be flexible to our guest. So I'm just going to step down, or up actually, just a little bit so that we have more hair. Come down. Boom. So it's in. I'm picking it up. Yes, we are moving easily through the hair. Nice. There's no tension happening right now in this hair. It is not secured. Have it up and out of the way. For the next part of this section, we'll be coming over the head shape, not touching the we're making a sandwich. Now what would happen if for some reason our section or our sandwich didn't line up perfect? Okay, so we could, at this point in the game, manipulate our extension and be able to move it so that it does. Okay, so we're at a very forgiving point, basically, until we put that strong tension over. So we're going to bring it down, check it out. Very nice. And we're going to begin to press. Come in on the opposite side of the head form and clean it again. Yay! And our journey begins. Section 2. Remember, we're doing a bricklayering technique. Moving forward on the head shape. Duckbill clip gives us the most tension to make sure that there is no hair coming out. Perfect. Coming to our board for our next two pieces. Taking the tape off. Erica's already seen a difference just by the other side being placed in. She's already over the moon and we're not even finished yet. Can you imagine what this guest is going to be like by the time we get the full volume in? Okay, I'm looking and I'm seeing that there's a little hair over directed in my spot that we need to get rid of. Okay. Very nice. All right, bringing it down the length of the extension and placing the extension in. It just did it again. So on Erica's hair, she has some bald spots. It's like we're down and we're going across. I'll show you. It's hilarious. Don't tell Erica. So you can see right here, we have the hair to come across and we get to this end of it and there's no hair to attach to. So that's the challenge I'm running into with Erica and why you're seeing the slipping that's going on. So if this was a guest, we would want to reevaluate the area that we're putting it in. We have to have something to anchor the hair to. So again, modifying where I am placing, smoothing the hair down, coming down the almost 1/4 of an inch. And yay, we have some hair to attach to. You can see Erica really needs this in her life. Okay. Easihairpro is cutically intact hair. That's important to you because it gives the most longevity for the hair and allows you to be able to use heat appliances on the hair without blowing the cuticle up. There is a 6-month guarantee on all extensions unless you compromise the integrity of your extension by applying any type of chemical service. So we don't want to color our extensions, and we don't want to perm our extensions unless you have to, like me. And then you just know that there's no warranty at that point anymore. Okay. I'm finding that everyone is a candidate for this. I mean, we know that 1 out of every 4 guests that walks into your salon, that they're suffering from fine hair, limp hair, just no volume hair. We know that. But then we have the other guests that do not want to chemically alter their hair. We have the high school students, middle school students who are really looking for those pops of colors, but their moms do not want to make the commitment to start chemically treating their hair. So now they're great candidates as well. Okay, so here we go. We're coming over the top of the section. Again, not touching our adhesive. We want to line this up, no over direction. Clean section. We're looking for a great sandwich. Okay. Bringing it in. We don't want to see it. We don't want to see it stand out straight. We don't want to see it stand out from the head form like this. A lot of times what that's going to mean is that we've gotten it too close to the head form, and that could actually create headaches, tension headaches, breakage. It's just not good. So we want to look at all that before we anchor the hair sandwich into the head. Yes. Make sure we can get our comb through. Nice. Yay. Now we are beginning to anchor the hair in. Awesome sauce. Okay, last section. Bringing it up. Look how beautiful she is already. Miss Erica. Okay, come on Erica. Let's have enough here to be able to do a great section. So we'll just get that out of the way. Help with, there we go. Last part of the section. You can see why we call this our stairway to heaven, because at this point, our guest is already going to be so excited. So a lot of times, if you put your 2 thumbs in and use your 2 middle fingers as just a smoothing, coming down the length. Oh yeah, that went in really nice. Okay. Last one on the stairway technique, coming over the head form and placing right on top. Check that out from underneath. Very nice. And this one, I am feeling a little bit of bubbling. So we just want to readjust this slightly. So when I brought the hair up so that we could do the underneath section, I didn't make sure that I had a really clean section, okay? So why is this important? Because some of the hairs that were not really supposed to be in our section, they just kind of messy got in there. So, thank goodness we hadn't anchored fully, because now we will totally fix that. So, you know what? No worries. We just want to do the best possible for our guests. Nice. Okay. So it's not the end of the world when that happens. We haven't anchored it yet. Very nice. Okay. So let's take a quick look at Erica with her Stairway to Heaven placed in her hair. As you can already see, we are filling in all the gaps on the side and building the thickness in her hair. And she's smiling already, yay! Okay, so let's move on to the back. This technique takes 2 boxes of hair, and we'll be needing to remove and retape every 4 to 6 weeks, depending on how fast their hair grows, how often they're in the salon. But this technique, any of the Easihairpro services, are going to create client loyalty, and then also just pre-booking, because they're going to need to get in to maintain their hair and their placement. Okay, so this is fun. We're on the back of the head form now. Remember that the head form is round, so we'll be looking to connect the dots from the two bottom steps of the stairway, working in a semicircle around. And this lets you know things you're going to be looking for when you're doing the full volume technique. Is there any swirls? Is there any separation? Any of that going on in the head form? Because we're definitely going to want to work around that. Also, how long is the hair? So on this section right here that we have, we're going to place 2 sandwiches in, and then we're going to come up above and place 1 underneath the swirl of the hair. I'll show you where that is as we get to it. So moving right along, I'm going to ask her to tilt her head down and stare at her tablet. We're going to clean our section really, really good. I'm going to get another top clip for this. Yay! Okay, so the same techniques apply. I'm going back to my hair board here. And you'll just watch me do exactly what we've been doing in the beginning, using the length of the extension to decide how far we come down on the hair strand, smoothing as we go, and placing. Okay. Remembering not to have any over direction, that's what we're looking for. Whew, she has a little more hair back here, which is nice. Bringing it up, again, working on anything that's not part. bet if you're sitting at your house or where we are right now, you can probably think of like at least, what, 5 guests that would love this tomorrow. I can. I have a guest, her name is Shelly Anderson. Shelly's my dentist wife, but she's also a very good client. I'm sorry, I'm just taking a moment here to make sure the sandwich is complete. And there very nicely. Again, we are not attached, so this is a great time to make sure we're lined up. And then we will begin to anchor. Awesome. So Shelly Anderson, she has very, very fine hair. I mean, like the top of a little baby duck fine hair, like floats in the air fine hair. Her husband wants her to wear long hair to her shoulders. She gets highlights and lowlights. She loves to be bleach blonde. Right? But we can't get any volume in the crown unless it's like the layer has to be about 3 inches long just to have some volume in the crown. And then there's no way we can have length that even comes to the shoulder because it almost just starts breaking off at that point. So one day I was there at the dentist office and Dr. Anderson said, I love Shelly's hair, but why won't you let it grow long? And I'm like, it doesn't want to grow long. She doesn't have hair that can handle the weight of growing long. And he said, well, you've got to talk to her because she bought a wig. And I came into the bedroom and it looked like some furry animal just sitting on our dresser. And I started thinking about that and I said, Dr. Anderson, she's just trying to please you. And she knows that you want her to have long hair. But with her natural hair, that's just not a possibility. But because of Easihairpro, we can now place the volume and the length in for Shelly Anderson so that she can have that Victoria's Secret hair that she likes and that her husband loves. So that client right there, we're going to change her life tomorrow. I'm so excited. Okay, moving around to the other side. I'm sure you have stories just like that. We're going to place one more in our full volume technique back here. And why are we doing, like, could we do more? Absolutely. But Erica has a small head and it's just, there's just not room to give her any more than this. So we're really personalizing this to our guest. Stepping in, we're pulling it down. Again, we're not anchoring yet. We're going to be wanting to bring this up with our comb. It was so interesting. I remember in my early years as a stylist and a colorist that I would want to change with the seasons for my guests and get them excited about highlights and lowlights and stuff like that. And so I would take mannequin heads and I would do cool placements on them with pops of color in different tones, and I would have them set out in the studio. And my guests would be like, woo, what is that? You know? And so it was a great conversation piece as to different color placement, what's really happening, fall tones, spring tones, whatever it may be. And I'm thinking now that Miss Erica, oh my goodness, how awesome is this going to be? Because I can do a before and after of her as well. They can put their fingers in her hair if they want and feel what the extension feels like and be able to see immediately exactly, coming over the head again, exactly how much fuller her hair has become. Not pretty. Oh, we pulled them both up that time. Okay, so we're just going to lay on here and we're going to start this one over. Again, one of the reasons we're having trouble getting this to stick to Erica's hair is because she has no hair. Oh my goodness. don't really hear. Okay, so using our 2 middle fingers, coming down the length of the extension, placing the extension, getting a little bit of attention on it now so we can bring it up. Making sure that we don't pull any excess hair into our sectioning. Lovely. Okay, and here comes our second extension. Let's be sure that we have this coming over the head. Oh my God. There we go. And placing it on the extension. Okay. Bringing it down. Checking that. Is there any bubbling? Is it laying very nice and still? Can we get our comb in between? Yes, yes, and yes. And there we have our connection in the back for our full volume. Awesome sauce! Now let's just bring this next section down. And this is where we're going to see Erica's nice growth pattern. So we see a swirl, right? We see a swirl that starts about here and comes down. You can see that harsh part comes all the way down to about right there. Do you see that? So we have a harsh part. Yes. So guess what? Nothing can be going in where the harsh part is because it'll cause tension, and then also it'll be ugly. And so we want to make sure that we get that section out, and that is not a part of us at all. And then you can see at this point what that means. There's very little hair left, and that's why we're going to step in a block-like section and just put one more sandwich in her hair, and she will be completed. Now this is, to me, this is no different than a surface highlight, because when you're highlighting someone's hair, if they have thick curly hair, they may need more highlights. If they have fine hair, they need less for the same impact. And that's what we're looking at here for Erica, is where, you know, what is necessary for Erica to have the benefit of this partial volume. So here we go. We are going to I'm looking up thinking, Shelly, did you miss a step? We just want to make sure that section is really, really tight and good. Okay, here we go. Come on, Erica, we need some hair to work with. Here we go. Sliding down and placing. Good job. Bring it up. Coming over the head form. Some of my guests come and get color every 4 weeks. 4 weeks will be set for their service for their extensions as well. Some products that you may want to carry in the salon are our Easihairpro brush. The bristles are really soft, so it's not going to just yank out the hair extension. It's more gentle on it. So that's a really good product. Make sure you tell your guests that they may want to use a create any type of tangling in our Easihairpro extensions. She's done full volume. This is Erica's hair. By giving her a full volume, you can see we've also been able to create some thickness in the perimeter as well, and also fill in the sides of her hair. So happy, happy, happy Erica, and happy, happy, happy guest. So very exciting. I love it. Say hi to Erica. All right, so that's our full volume. You can see how simplistic this can be, and how the more often you do it, the quicker that you'll be, as long as you remember the strategies of taking clean partings and not really securing everything until you're completely finished, and you make sure there's no over direction or buckling in your hair. So the only other thing that we really need to address is how easy is this going to be to be sold and given to our guests. And just like if you're a colorist, you wear color. If you are an Easihairpro extension expert, you wear hair. You wear it to share it. So what we have today for you that is just so simple is all of our tones that we carry. As you can see, there's a bunch of them. So you see our pops of color on the bottom, and then you see our more natural tones on the top. And also, guess what? We have some multi-tones in there as well. I, myself, am wearing the Red Hot and the Blackberry sandwiches in my hair. I have 2 sandwiches on this side. I am one of those guests, unfortunately, that does not need any more hair, but I'm having a ball with being able to put pops of color in my hair, that if I had done that with color, it would already be shampooed out because I can't get those to stick as well as they should. And by using these pops of colors, I now do not have to pre-lighten my hair before applying the color. So that's really exciting. So what we need to do today is check your hair, see what types of color that you would like to place in your hair so that you can wear it and share it. Thank you so much. I hope you had a great day. I can't wait to see your day tomorrow in the salon. I can't wait to hear about it, and I can't wait to hear about the lives you change.